This can't be the last Guardians of the Galaxy.
I don't know. It looks like everybody's ready to go live their own life. I don't know. I mean, I see a slight bit of hope, but I don't know. Let's talk about who's in it and what it was about, because I think I like this one better than the last one.
This one was really good. So
the stakes were different, yes. Okay.
We're talking about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. It's PG-13. It's 2 hours and 30 minutes long.
I didn't notice it. I've been expecting it. You know, when we get to these, I've been expecting it, so I wasn't in a rush. So I'm like, I didn't notice it, though, because they started off with the action pretty like bam, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I liked it. It just felt full. So this was written and directed by James Gunn. And this movie just felt pretty well-rounded, in my opinion.
Very, very much. It's like they touched on everything.
I don't feel like I was missing something like sometimes I do.
So who stars in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? Who do we have back?
We got back Chris Pratt as Peter Quill, of course. It wouldn't be the same without him.
Yeah.
Zoe Saldana.
Absolutely.
As Gamora.
She's been in all the movies lately that have been grossing top box office.
Yeah. Chukwudi Iwuji. He's not, I don't think he was in any other ones. Well, yes, he was. He's the High Evolutionary.
Okay.
You'll recognize him from John Wick 2 and also Peacemaker, which is a DC comic. It's funny how a lot of these actors are in DC and they're in Marvel. Like, there's no loyalty.
There's no conflict of interest. Because usually, like, let's say, for instance,
conflict of interest.
Yeah, like you do a Ford car commercial.
Yeah.
And then a Chevy car commercial comes up and they want you to audition. If that commercial has been out recently, you can't audition.
Right. Well,
because people will recognize your face and you just work for the competitor.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, but
apparently Marvel and DC don't care.
But hey, he making money, so hey, you know, okay.
We got Bradley Cooper back voicing Rocket. We have Pom Klementieff as Mantis. Dave Bautista as Drax.
I think he's my favorite character, him and Groot.
Yeah.
I like him.
Karen Gillan as Nebula. Vin Diesel as the voice of Groot. I am Groot.
He's all grown up now. Remember, he was a little bitty tree after they broke him down and broke his spirit, and then he just grew all up. Oh, okay. I love Groot.
No,
he's small, ain't he?
And Sean Gunn as Kraglin. He's actually James Gunn's brother.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, James Gunn did good, because we'll talk about later. He got fired from this, so we will talk about that later. So let's talk about the summary, though. What's going on here? Because I like the stakes in here, and I think that's what grabbed me more than the last. I've liked all of them, absolutely. But I think this one, the stakes were a little different, and it felt more personal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's tell them what this kind of was about.
So Peter Quill is still feeling the loss of Gamora, while someone is after Rocket, so the team rallies to defend him. If not successful, it could mean the team's demise.
I was almost about to cry.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do they show it in the previews what actually happens? Because if not, I don't want to say it. But
I didn't really watch the previews too much, so I can't.
Neither.
I can't say.
I'm not gonna say then. But it's very heartfelt and personal, and it's not one of those, oh, we got to grab power from here. This got really personal in their crew, why they had to go on this mission. I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
And I was kind of getting, you know, you got the characters you love and stuff, and you see them about to maybe be their demise, and you're like, no.
I know. It was almost like an origin story, it seemed like.
You know what? Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying you when we're talking about, is this going to be the last one? There's a glimmer. I seen a glimmer of hope, and I wouldn't be mad at another one. I would just hope they would do it within the next year.
This is early, but let me say, there's extra scenes. There's one about a minute into the credits, and then 6 minutes later, at the end of the credits, there's a scene. And that might give you a little insight to what might or might not happen. So just be sure you stay. You know it's Marvel. You know that there's extra scenes. So just sit your butt down. Stay there. Stay there. Okay? I'm tired of seeing people getting up and walking out like, that's it. Or even after the first scene, they're like, okay, let's get our stuff.
That's me.
I'm sitting there like, word? Like, stay.
You know it's coming.
Speaking of that, I didn't even tell you that Run P is free again. You don't have to have any P coins or anything.
Wait a minute. I didn't know you had to pay before.
Okay, it was free when they first came out. Then they were like, look, because it's a family and a couple of friends. They're like, we need money to keep going and to go to these movies and stuff. So we're going to have to charge you. And it was cheap. It was like $1 a month or $10 a month or something.
Depending on what.
They started out with like, if you pay $20, you can get, free use for a year or infinity. It was an infinity coin. So forever for like $20. Yeah. And then it was like, I remember the last time before this last week or something, they're like, you could watch advertisements and get free P coins or pay like 49 cents a month or something. And now they're just free.
Well, that's nice. I didn't know that. I didn't have any clue. I never downloaded it yet because I'll usually go when I think, if I go to the bathroom, I'll go when I think it's kind of, kind of easy going in the movie. But I try not to get up at all.
Yeah, I haven't really been getting up. I didn't even get up in this movie. I try not to, but it's nice to know. And also it tells you if there's extra scenes and it tells you when they're coming. So like say you held it through the whole movie. And this movie is 2 hours and 30 minutes long.
Yeah.
And like Marvel credits, for example, are long. You could go to the bathroom and come back.
Yeah, after the credits,
that timer is still going. So you're like, shoot, I know I got 4 minutes to get to the bathroom and come back before that last scene.
And you can make it. Wow. Okay. So let's give us some fun facts on the Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
All right. So this is the first MCU movie to have an uncensored use of the word F-U-C-K.
I heard that, and when he said it, I was like,
it was clear. It was clear as a bell. I was like, what?
When he said it, and he had attitude too, when he was mad.
I was like, it was PG-13? Like, what the?
It wasn't a fun F-U-C-K. It was a, open the blip. I was like, did he just say that? And then I sat there for a minute like, have I ever heard anything that harsh in any... Yeah, I don't think so.
We're coming into the new times. Pretty soon, just like how they start being able to say the S word on TV.
Have they?
I guess, yes.
What the 50?
Yes, regular prime time. Well, okay, maybe not like ABC, NBC, and CBS, but BET, MTV, whatever, primetime shows.
They're, what? Okay,
they dropped those S-bombs.
Wow.
That's allowed now. Apparently.
They must have changed some of the rules because usually you would get a major fine.
Oh, yeah, that started like maybe 2 years ago or a year ago.
Wow. Oh, I need to look at the updated list then.
Yeah.
Not that we're going to be using it. That's still kind of harsh.
Yeah.
The F-bomb is still harsh.
The F-bomb is super harsh, but they...
Like, I know you could say ass because that's really a donkey.
Yeah.
And you can say bitch because that's really a female dog. You can say those things on TV.
But now they can say...
Yeah. Wow. Okay, yeah, because when he said it kind of hit me like, what the?
They could say sugar.
All right. You would call it that. Okay. Okay.
Oh, my gosh. Released exactly 6 years after Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which came out in 2017. This marks the longest gap between MCU film and its sequel, surpassing the record set by Doctor Strange and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Released 5 years and 6 months apart.
It didn't even seem that long for either of them. Wow.
It kind of did to me. 'Cause I'm like,
you waiting for them?
It's so long. You start to forget what happened in the last film. It's like,
you gotta watch at least. Yeah. Sometimes I have to do that. Let me watch at least the last hour of something, or if I'm watching a show, at least the last half hour.
Yeah.
So I can kind of remember.
I know. I meant to rewatch the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas thing, but I can't even find it on Disney Plus again. But
okay.
Yeah. Let's see. The third trilogy in the MCU to have the same director for all 3 films, following the Spider-Man films, 2017 to 2021, directed by John Watts, and Ant-Man and the Wasp films, 2015 to 2023, directed by Peyton Reed. That's good when they keep the same person because it helps to keep that continuity.
Yep. Well, let's talk about this now because James Gunn almost didn't.
We almost lost that continuity, didn't we?
Woo.
After being fired over controversial quotes from the past in March 2019, James Gunn was reinstated by Disney as director of the film after meeting with President Alan F. Horn on multiple occasions. Horn came to this decision based on Gunn's public apology and his handling of the situation afterwards. Okay. Gunn had never fought his firing and stated that, "My words of nearly a decade ago were, at the time, totally failed and unfortunate efforts to be provocative.
Yeah.
I have regretted them for many years since. Also because they don't reflect the person I am today, or have been for some time. Gunn did not start production on this film until his work on The Suicide Squad 2021 was completed.
So we're not going to get into it about what he said. I'll leave that for you guys to look up.
Yeah, that was pretty horrible.
It was, yeah. And if you watch Jeepers Creepers and you know who the director of Jeepers Creepers was, I'm just going to say it was somewhere in the same arena. Not exactly, but it's in that arena that it should have never gone to. And I didn't even know this until Ms. Jules here did the research on it. I mean, he obviously does great on the films, and usually when you get fired,
yeah,
I mean, that's just kind of it for you for that project. So that's, I mean, the fact that Horn met up with him a couple times and wanted him back, and said, okay, well, you know what? It was 10 years ago. Maybe you didn't make some mistakes, but there's some stuff that should never come out of your mouth. I don't care if it was 20 years ago, it was 10 years ago.
Right.
There's some stuff that shouldn't come out of your mouth, and you know it shouldn't.
Right.
And everybody records everything now.
Right.
They've been doing it for a long time.
Right.
You need to watch what comes out of your mouth. If you're a public figure, you know how this stuff works. I mean, look what happened to Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
You get accused of something, now you done lost all kind of work, whether it was true or not, we don't know. But you can't just the image. Nobody wants a poor image or a nasty image in the public, because that's money loss. People are going to stop watching movies. I mean, people are strong on that now.
Oh yeah.
That, and
people are losing jobs
left
and right. Yeah.
Left and right,
and
all over the place.
It doesn't even matter if you're a celebrity or not. People are losing regular jobs, teachers and politicians and whoever else. Yeah, you can get it. We all can get it.
Yeah, and most places will tell you, I mean, you know that your job, you want to keep your job separate from your personal life. You have to do that. You have to have a balance. But most jobs will say, especially if you're working somewhere that's very prominent, you represent us.
Yeah.
And I mean, if I go on TV saying something about my job or something weird that should have never come out of an adult's mouth.
Right.
Do I want that person walking into my business and after they said some things that should never? No. So I understand it. I'm saying he's super lucky that they actually hired him back.
He's very lucky.
Yes. And this was good. Let me give you my stars because I really like this one. Like I said, because the stakes were different. It felt more heartfelt. It felt more connected, more like a brother and sisterhood that they were, joining up together. Mm-hmm. I'm going with a strong 3.5 for this one. What about you?
You want a strong 3.5? Clappers, not stars?
Clappers. We're going with clappers. Did I say stars?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know why I did
and
that.
You picked clappers.
And it be in my head because I see the stars in my head because that's what most people do.
I know.
But clappers. And I am the one to pick clappers.
That's why you picked it.
Clappers. I'm going with a strong 3.5 clappers. What about you?
I am going to go with 4 clappers.
You know what? Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead with the 4. Okay. I change my mind very rarely, especially, and I was thinking about it. I'm like, I think this deserves a 4.
Because I really enjoyed it, and I'm already thinking about watching it again. So that says something. Mm-hmm. And I remember what I watched because there are times I walk out the theater like, what did I just watch?
Or like, you ever watch a movie and like 3 days later you couldn't even tell somebody how it ended?
Yep.
That tells me that the movie did not stick with me.
Yep.
Oh my God, just watched it 3 days ago. Okay, well, I'm going to watch it again because it really... I couldn't even tell you what the movie was.
Yeah.
But the action popped off and it didn't stop. And, people were willing to sacrifice for each other and they were showing each other love.
Yeah.
And I think actually that's probably one of the main, their foundation of what makes them successful as a team. Is they really do love each other.
Yeah.
And they're funny.
I have one more thing too.
Okay.
Cosmo is given a female gender in this film as a tribute to Laika, the Russian dog, one of the first animals in space. Because I was kind of surprised with that too. I was thinking, isn't Cosmo usually a male dog? But okay.
Later,
I accepted it, and now I know why. So
because it's for the females, we have to be proud of that. But yes, go ahead and see this full price. You would not be mad if you paid full price. Absolutely, if you do,
because I'm thinking about going to see it like in the Dolby Theater or 3D or something.
I would love to see this in 3D.
I just saw it in regular digital, but now I want to up the stakes. I want to see it special.
Boom. I felt the boom though. Did you feel boom when you were sitting in the seats?
Yeah.
In some of the parts, I like that.
Yeah.
It reminds me of when I went to Universal
I want to see it in either IMAX or Dolby Theater or 3D
Adobe.
or something.
I think Adobe would be good.
Adobe. Oh my gosh.
Adobe would be good.
I'm telling you, even though I'm a Harkins girl at heart, AMC got me with that Dolby. Theater.
It's go on a Tuesday. That's what I went on a Tuesday to Majestic, and
but you know what? When I looked, when I looked on a Tuesday, I was like, I don't see the cheaper prices except for before 6. So I don't know if they're
For Majestic?
No.
Oh, AMC?
For AMC.
Oh.
So I don't know if they stopped that again.
They keep doing back and forth.
They keep stopping it.
Majestic does too. I don't know why they keep doing it. It's like, no, we don't. Yes, we do. No, we don't. Yes, we do. And I'm like, okay, so this is back. Yeah. But like 2 weeks I came here, you guys told me you took it away. Yeah. That's like, okay. Yeah, because I like to have that Tuesdays. And it was a lot of people there, but at Majestic, you know how it is there, so I don't have to worry about people talking. And it was mostly adults, and we had a great time.
Yeah. What are we talking about? We're talking about sometimes, like, or they used to, AMC would do $5 Tuesdays.
And Majestic too.
If you're a student, you can get a small popcorn and a drink for $5 as well. You have to show your student ID.
Do they still do that?
Yes, they still do that.
Okay.
And for a while, they were doing it for anybody. You didn't have to be a student if you were a Steps card member. And I think they still do that on Tuesdays. You get a small drink and a small popcorn.
That's nice.
And what I like about that, too, is it doesn't just have to be a soda. It could be an icy.
Oh, so they don't. Wow. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, they just give you the cup and you just help yourself.
And that's plenty enough because even when I get my medium popcorn at Harkins, I never eat it all.
Yeah.
You know, I might eat half. And if I got a hot dog, I'm definitely just, their butter is just so delicious.
I know. I share my popcorn.
It's so freaking good.
That's a lot of calories.
And I'm
watching.
Even when
I
I've
don't know
dieted,
if y'all can tell.
I'm telling you, even when I've dieted, I've never stopped eating Harkins popcorn. I can't. I've gone in there and I've tried it. I smell the butter and it just keeps calling me and calling me and I have to have it.
Yep.
And I've got popcorn rewards, so why not?
That's how they do.
Oh, that popcorn. And I've even walked through the mall sometimes and wasn't even supposed to be going to the movie. I'm just going in the mall to grab this. And I'm just telling you, like, I can just smell the popcorn permeating through
I think they'll let you in to buy some. I know my dad used to do that.
Then I plenty. Yes, we can still do it. Yeah. And now they got the big party bags that you can get now too. And then all you do is just go butter it up. I'm sure they'll give you an extra bag.
You need to sponsor us. We need sponsors.
Yeah, you're so
out there, you want to sponsor us? We will shout you out.
We're gonna reach out to Dan. Dan Harkins.
Yep.
Because Harkins is the bomb with their
They
rewards.
sell blankets now for $20. We're just gonna big up them. They sell the popcorn perks is $35. If you're an awards member, you earn points
every single time. All you do is put your number in. You ain't got to do nothing else. They'll tell you when you got your $5 reward here. You can use the concessions.
You get a reward for your birthday. Simple. And this is what I do. I let my awards accumulate, right? Because you get $5 awards, right? And then I use that towards my popcorn perks.
And it's just fantastic. Isn't that fantastic? They have the
You can't use them towards tickets anymore. You used to be able to till COVID. But you can use them at the concession, and you can also use them to get popcorn perks. Don't let one of the young kids tell you can't. Just ask a manager.
Oh, I'm using my 5 because I think my hot dog is 8. So I get my hot dog and my pop. And they have the greatest reward system. I mean, they really, really do. So we got to think
AMC does too. I can't run that whole thing down. They got a lot going on. They got
See, that's what I mean when I told you it's just so much going on in there, and I'm like, okay.
I'm a Stubs member. I'm a Premier Stubs member, so I earn more points. I haven't been to AMC since before COVID, I believe, but I earn more points since I'm a Premier member, and I get to cut the line or whatever. I get they you don't have to pay fees when you buy your tickets online. A-list, that's what I was trying to remember last time I was talking to you. You pay one fee for the month. I forgot how much it is a month.
Was that the one you can see as many movies as you want to?
See as many movies as you want to. Even in IMAX, all of that.
But when Alamo had it, it was really cheap. It was something like $25 or something. Whatever it was totally worth it.
Yeah.
But they were doing it as a test program, so they did it in one of the other states where Alamo was. And then when they switched over, all of that went away. But, I pick there are times when I've gone to Majestic, then went down to Harkins to pick up the next movie. So
sometimes I kick myself, like, why am I not doing that at AMC? But then I remember the popcorn.
Yep. Well, we're going to tell you, go see this. Like we said, it's a really great movie, especially if you've seen the other two. I mean, it picks up a little bit. See it. You gotta see it. And I'll definitely watch this again when it comes out, or even buy it on DVD.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I really, really enjoyed this one a lot. Me and Jules. Don't forget about us. We are on Cash App. We take donations of any kind. We appreciate anything that you would like to give us. We take requests. If there's something you want to see, let us know. Chat with us. We'll shout you out on the show. We will do your movie. Doesn't matter what it is.
We will.
All right. And don't forget, we are also on Facebook, YouTube,
Yes.
Instagram. And on Instagram, they cut us off at about where?
15 minutes.
About 15 minutes.
So if it's longer than 15 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go to either YouTube or Facebook, and you can watch our whole video. All right.
But we have a link in the bio on Instagram for YouTube.
Yes. Click on. So
just click right there.
Well, thank you very much for tuning in to our review of Guardians of the Galaxy, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.